it is dark. And the reason it's dark is because we filmed a pre-induction file where Sammie was hypnotized by a recording that we've done before several times. It's a simple hypnosis file that programs Sammie with several different post-hypnotic commands, different freeze commands. So I'm just doing a bit of camera setup now. And what's different about this stream, or rather this induction, and I think this stream as well, is the fact that it was all done in the dark. So, boop. Hi, Sammie. Sammie's just setting up to go on Twitch right now. And this is our patrons only live stream, but it looks like you guys all bailed on me, so it looks like it's a me only live stream. I'm going to do some camera setup here. Now, I don't think I'm going to play around with the camera in the dark. Oh, can you just let me know when you go live, when you're live, Sam? That's... Hello, Jack. How's it going? Say hi to Jack, Sammie.
Hi, Jack.
Sammie's actually setting up our backup stream on Twitch, so if this stream goes down, you can catch it on twitch.tv. And looks like you got full reign tonight there, Jack, so...
Bailed on you? Like,
yeah,
people...
all the patrons bailed. That's okay.
What do you mean, like, the...
I don't know if they bailed or not. I think they just didn't watch. Or didn't get the...
Did you send
email.
it just now?
No, I sent it this morning.
Oh, this morning. Okay, that's fine.
So we filmed a pre-induction file with a recording earlier.
Oh, it tells me to do landscape. And
Oh, does it? Oh.
Am I supposed to have landscape or street?
Oh, no, landscape, sorry.
Oh, like this?
Yeah. So is it, can you just tell me when it's live? No contacts on tonight, do you?
No socks on?
No contacts.
Oh, yeah.
Sammie's
I
not wearing...
decided to, like, not wear my contacts because the last time, like, they were so dry that, like...
Yes, they tried. Sammie's eyes.
I felt like it was scratching my eyes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, forget it. I don't really need to, like, learn any information. So...
Is it? Yeah.
Or don't need to read.
Oh, are you live on Twitch now?
Yeah.
Let me see. Have a look.
Except, like, read the comments, but...
Except read the comments.
I guess you can read them to me, or...
Oh. Yeah, no, you're live. I think hard to look at it, eh? And
yeah.
get a nice pretty shot of yourself like that.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
No, you hold it for a sec.
Hold it.
Oh. Somebody joined on Twitch. Okay. Well, no. I'll read it to you.
Oh, okay. Angel? Okay, says hi.
Angel 5. Sammie doesn't have
My
her glasses
eyesight.
on.
My eyesight is...
Tell you what.
It's okay.
Yeah. No, just take a... We're having fun here tonight. We're having... This is a bit of a fun show tonight. So here, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi. Hold it up yourself.
Okay.
And just watch the comments.
Click. Okay. Yeah.
Does that look good?
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, you look really pretty on Twitch. Hello to everyone watching on Twitch.
Hi,
So,
Twitch.
this is our Hypnosis live stream
23.
23.
Okay.
It's also on YouTube for the whole thing, and we have some private footage, but before we keep going, freeze. Okay, let's get all these cameras set up. Okay. And, sure, we'll just put you right there. And my camera. Okay. So, before we started this session, I'm using special night vision cameras, or I was using special night vision cameras to film Sammie while I hypnotize her in the dark. Let me just do this real quick here. Cam 1, start. Cam 2, start. So I kind of have two night vision cameras that I was recording Sammie with in the dark, because I was testing a theory that the lights that we used may have bothered her eyes while we were doing hypnosis sessions. And so we're practicing filming this in the dark. So I see Sammie through my infrared cameras right now, and she is beautiful. She's always so beautiful. And close-up of her hands, close-ups of her face. Let's try. Freeze. Close up of her hands. I have to use manual focus on these night vision cameras. Sammie looks very, very beautiful when she's hypnotized. Wouldn't you guys agree? Unfreeze. Hi.
Hey.
So, we're practicing a bit of Freudian triggers here now. How did that feel for you?
Like a frame dropped. I was like looking at my phone,
You're looking at
and
your
then
phone.
now I have like now I have like a pocket watch.
Was that kind of like a very sudden transformation there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Then you're in a pretty good state then. Jack, I hope you enjoyed the fractionation induction we did with Sammie in the last live stream. And I really enjoyed the descending, ascending fractionation technique you shared with us in our last script for, I think, live stream 21. Okay, good. Sammie, sleep. Deeper and deeper. Sleep. No thoughts. No thinking. Sleep. I think we'll practice those. And I don't know why this camera keeps bobbing up and down. It's very frustrating, so. Is the audio sounding okay, Jack? You mind letting us know? And one of the things I'm doing for anyone who's watching the stream afterwards is I'm taking multiple camera shots of Sammie while she's hypnotized. One of the reasons I do this is because Sammie's, well, she's very beautiful and I like sharing her with the world. I like sharing her beauty with the world. Excuse me. But the other reason is I'm actually, when I go back and rewatch these videos, paying attention to her subconscious cues, the way that she breathes, the tone on her muscles on her face. Okay, thank you, Jack. The way she moves her toes, actually, and the way she moves or holds her hands, that's a big indicator to me of the depth of her hypnotic trance. So a lot of people think that a lot of guys thought that they were just looking at a hot, beautiful Asian woman being hypnotized, but in fact, they're looking at a technique that I use to actually learn how to read Sammie's subconscious cues, her subconscious communications. Because Sammie's actually very head heavy. She thinks a lot. She gets trapped in her thoughts a lot. And she doesn't allow herself to relax in the course of her day or pay attention to how she's feeling. So when I watch her subconscious cues, they allow me to get a better read on what she's feeling. So one of the things that's kind of interesting about us is that we communicate in an odd way, Sammie and I. Not in a bad way, just in a different way, I guess, or a strange way. Because Sammie is actually, English is her second language. And so sometimes she'll say things in English that subconsciously she'll have thought in Chinese. And there's slight discrepancies in the language she uses that don't convey what she's actually thinking. There's certain weird parts about Chinese. And when she lets those things slip, some people might call them a Freudian slip, like the time that she'll say something in Chinese when that doesn't quite make sense in English. Sometimes it's a bit confusing, and it's actually been from times, the odd times we'll get into arguments or disagreements. It's usually because of a misunderstanding like that. So anyways, that's just a general musing. I thought that I would try to use the other cameras that I use, which have beauty filters that make Sammie look even more beautiful than she does. But I think I'm going to experiment with the lights and take more of these infrared shots. So those will be actually uploaded on the private website. I know everybody likes seeing my pan shots of Sammie when I pan up and down on her with the camera. So I'll do a couple of those as maybe Instagram reels. Because she does look very beautiful. She does look like Sleeping Beauty. And that is why I always tell her every night before we go to bed that she's the most beautiful woman in the world. And the truth is, every woman should hear that, so that they believe it to be true. And they should hear it from somebody who means it sincerely, which I genuinely do. I don't know why my camera's being weird here. Sammie, where are you right now?
Drifting.
You're drifting. Are you dreaming?
No, I'm just drifting around.
Just drifting around. How do you feel right now?
Relax.
Relaxed. Can you picture in your mind a memory from when you were a little girl? You were holding an apple. Someone was taking a picture of you. You were just a little girl, a pretty little girl. You look so happy. You look like an apple or a red ball. It's hard to tell. Can you imagine the photo of that moment that we put in our wedding slideshow? Can you imagine that, Sammie?
Yes.
Now focusing on that picture, can you imagine yourself in that moment when that picture was taken? The picture when you were this cute little girl. Can you remember that moment?
Yes.
Are you comfortable sharing that moment?
Yes.
Now, anything that you feel comfortable sharing on a live stream about that moment, I want you to describe. And anything you'd like to keep private, I'd like you to keep private. So describe that memory from that photo.
I was in a photo studio and was holding an apple and looking up into the camera, and had a dress and a little ponytail, and I think my dad was standing there laughing and trying to make me smile. Yeah, he was like really skinny and dark. Yeah, that's what I remember.
How does it feel to remember that memory?
And it's like traveling back in time.
Traveling back in time.
Yeah.
Do you feel happy thinking about that memory?
Yes.
Focus on that feeling of happiness. I want you now to fast forward. Fast forward to any time in your life, any time that you feel comfortable sharing. Anytime you think might be a little bit interesting, funny, cute, doesn't matter. Fast forward to a moment in your future where you felt happy like that you feel comfortable sharing. Imagine a moment in your head and describe it.
I think there was this time when we had a dinner party, and I was 6 or 7 years old, and my parents were really happy because they were getting ready to leave Vietnam. They were saying goodbye to their relatives and getting ready to leave the country on an airplane to a better place. And my dad was so happy, and my mom was really happy. But they were also scared at the same time. And my mom told me to hold on to this picture frame. And she told me to hold on to it really tightly. She told me to pray, and she told me to tell this Chinese goddess that everything will be okay. And I could feel in my mom's voice that she was a bit scared. And I didn't really know what was happening. And yeah, my dad wasn't scared though. He was just, I think he was happy. He was happy to leave. Because he was done with fighting the war. And we came to Canada and we met our relatives. It was a really exciting time.
Now, I want you to fast forward to a time in the future. Anything that you think is interesting. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's interesting. Maybe it's funny. Maybe it's very interesting. Maybe it's impressive. Think of a time in the future, any time that you feel comfortable sharing, where you felt the way you felt when your mom gave you the picture frame and told you to hold it tight in that moment. Fast forward to a moment and describe any moment that you feel comfortable sharing where you felt that same way.
We were moving houses and my mom got into an argument with the apartment manager, and she was forced to leave the apartment because there was some argument, and so she went and bought a house, and then we were moving into this house, and kind of felt the same way as when I was on the airplane, and my mom told me to hold on to the picture and trust God. And I could tell she's a little bit worried about whether she's going to make it or not. And I think I felt the same way, because I felt like I had to make new friends at the new school. And I felt worried. And I felt sad. And I was kind of happy at the same time, because we were in a house that was much bigger. And it was the same feeling, because I didn't feel my dad. Like, I didn't feel that he was worried. Like, he was calm about it all.
Now, I want you to focus on the feeling you felt when you saw your dad. When you saw him happy. How did you feel when you saw him happy like that?
I was like calm and at peace because I could see that he was like happy and not scared. And he was just pretty relaxed about everything.
Now, I'm going to describe a picture to you. I want you to picture this picture in your mind. There's a tall evergreen tree with a rock bed with cedar mulch in it. There's a white half duplex in the background with an arching door. There's a little girl with pigtails and a pink shirt, crouched over smiling, looking at something in front of the tree. Do you know what's in front of that tree?
Yes.
What is it?
There's the sunflower.
It's a sunflower. And how does it make you feel when you picture this picture in your mind?
It feels warm.
Feels warm.
And feels like God was talking to me.
Feels like God is talking to you.
He was trying to show me something.
Trying to show you something. What do you think that thing was?
I think he was saying there's beauty that can grow in odd places. And in places where you don't expect them to grow in. But there's a way for that beauty to pop up and show its colors and its brilliance to us.
Do you feel happy when you think about that?
Yeah, I feel like it's like a special gift, like when God is trying to talk to you, but it's not in words. It's through these subtle events that if you don't notice, you miss them.
The photo I described to you, the two photos I described to you, one of them was from your past, and one of them was from your distant past, and one of them was from your recent past. Now, picture a timeline in between when that first picture, you with the red ball, between that point and the point where the second picture was taken. Imagine a timeline. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Can you see how in between that timeline there's events that happened, some that seem frightening, scary, some that seem confusing, uncertain. Can you see those events in this timeline?
Yeah.
Now, when you look at the timeline as a whole, can you see how all of those events that made you feel anxious and worried, that made you feel as if your thought loops were a 10 out of 10,
Yeah.
can you see how all of them are linked together between where you were and where you are right now?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yes.
And seeing that, do you understand how in your past it was necessary for you to experience painful events, frightening events, confusing events? Can you see how it was necessary to experience those things to get you to a better place in your future? Can you see that, Sammie?
Yes.
Now, I want you to picture that timeline in your mind. I want you to see it growing bigger and marked from the second photo with the sunflower. See a timeline stretched far, far off to the future. Decades away, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I want you to see along that timeline how there are photos, beautiful photos of beautiful memories, happy times and happy moments, unforgettable moments. I want you to see photos placed along the timeline in the future. Can you see that, Sammie?
Yeah.
Now, I want you to picture picking up the photo at the 20-year mark. The 20-year mark. I want you to imagine a photo of you. You're beautiful. You're the most beautiful woman in the world in that picture, in that photo. "20 years from now, you're a beautiful grandmother. And you're the most beautiful woman in the world." Can you see that picture in your mind, Sam?
Yeah.
Can you see how in that timeline there may be moments that were full of uncertainty, doubt, fear, and pain? Can you see those moments in between that timeline? Can you see them?
Yes.
And can you see how when you picture the full timeline of now into the future, beautiful moments, unforgettable moments, moments you'll treasure, can you see them in the future timeline?
Yes.
In a moment I'm going to count to 3. When I reach the number 3, I want you to open your eyes and take a deep breath in. I want you to wake, return to normal, and focus on how you feel, knowing that there are beautiful moments in your distant future waiting for you. Waking on 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Take a few deep breaths in. And I guess I sent you on a little bit of a trip there, eh?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Like I went to the past somewhere was drifting around and then I came back.
You're drifting around and then you came back.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Do you remember the feeling you felt right before you woke up?
Like, I felt like I was happy and grateful.
Felt like you were happy and grateful? And how do you feel now?
I feel like less worried.
You feel less worried?
Like everything's gonna be okay.
Like everything's going to be okay? So to our live stream audience there, what I just did was kind of a dream reading type of hypnosis. It's kind of a technique I've been doing a lot of reading about, where I try to understand what Sammie is feeling by reading her dreams, or having her recall her dreams while she's in hypnotic trance. And one of the goals in doing that was to help Sammie to really understand why she's anxious, or what causes her to feel anxious. Now, Sammie,
Yeah.
before we started the session, on a scale of 1 to 10, how high would you rank your thought loops, worries, and anxieties throughout the whole week since we did our last session?
Probably 9.
9. And now, after having done that exercise, how would you rank your thought loops, anxieties, and worries on a scale of 1 to 10 now?
0.
0. The memories that first come to mind are the memories that influence our emotions in the present. I understand why you're worried. I understand better now. And I want you to know that you don't have to worry. Everything's going to be okay. Do you understand, son?
Yes.
Now close your eyes. Now say 3 times. Everything is going to be okay.
Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay.
Good. Sleep. Now, in a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 10. With each number up, you'll feel yourself rising up from trance. You'll feel yourself rising up into the waking world. When I reach the number 6, I want you to open your eyes, staying deeply hypnotized, as if you're half asleep, half awake. When I reach the number 6, you feel yourself coming up out from trance with each number I count up. And with each number I count down, I want you to feel yourself dropping back down into trance. When I reach the number 5, I want you to close your eyes. Waking on 10, eyes open on 6, eyes closed on 5, 1. Slowly waking up, deeply hypnotized still. 2. Rising up, rising up. 3. More and more. 4. Becoming more aware of your surroundings. 5. 6. Eyes open, still in trance, still deeply hypnotized. 7. Rising up from trance still. 8. Rising more and more. 9. Almost awake, but still in trance. 10. Almost awake, but just a little bit hypnotized. This is 9. This is 9. Now, sit up straight. Take a deep breath in. This is 9. How does it feel?
Feels good. Like I'm here.
Like you're here. Are you here completely?
Yeah. For the most part.
For the most part?
Yeah.
Yeah. What part's missing?
Like something in my body is still sleeping a bit. My muscles are still not awake.
And this is 9. 8. 7. This is 7. This is 7. How does this feel?
Relaxed.
Relaxed. Do you feel as if you're awake or in a dream right now?
Kind of in between.
Kind of in between. This is 7. 8. 9. This is 9. You feel like you're awake or in a dream right now?
Awake.
Awake? This is 9. And you feel awake? And, yeah, fully awake or not quite?
Almost.
Almost awake? Well, this is 9. 8, 7, 6. This is 6. You feel like you are awake or in a dream right now?
Dreaming.
Dreaming. You're in a dream. This is 6. In a moment, I'm going to count up to 10. When I reach the number 10, you're going to be Mommy Mearest. You're going to be Mrs. Sammie. You're going to be a Foxy MILF. When I reach the number 10, 7, 8, this is 8. Do you know what happens when you get to 10?
Yes.
What happens when you get to 10?
Mommy Mearest.
You're Mommy Mearest? You're Mrs. Sammie?
Yes.
You're Foxy MILF?
Yes.
This is 8. When I reach the number 10. 9. This is 9. Do you know what happens when I reach 10?
I'm Mommy Mearest.
You're Mommy Mearest? You're Mrs. Sammie?
Yes.
You're Foxy MILF?
Yes.
You'll be wide awake, alert, full of energy. When I reach the number 10. This is 9, 8, 7, 6, 6. Do you know what happens when I reach 10?
Yes.
What happens when I reach the number 10?
I become Mommy Mearest.
You become Mommy Mearest. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This is 2. Are you awake or are you in a dream right now?
I'm in a dream.
You're in a dream. Do you know what happens when I reach the number 10?
Yeah.
What happens when I reach the number 10?
Mommy Mearest.
You're Mommy Mearest. You're Mrs. Sammie?
Yes.
Foxy MILF?
Yes.
Wide awake, full of energy, alert?
Yes.
When I reach the number 10. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
I'm good.
And who might you be?
I'm Mommy Mearest.
Your Mommy Mearest?
Yeah.
Are you actually Mrs. Sammie?
Mrs. Sammie.
Well, Mrs. Sammie, we have been live streaming for a little while now. How do you feel about that?
It's fun.
It's fun live streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about live streaming?
I get to talk to people.
You get to Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I get to meet lots of people. It's nice and it's fun.
You get to meet a lot of people. It's nice, it's fun. What else do you like about live streaming?
I get to talk to the people that that watch my videos and see where they're from.
See where they're from.
And yeah, and they're like all ages.
Yeah.
Like some of them are in school and some of them are older. And yeah, some of them may be really old. I'm not entirely sure the age range, but
Okay. Well, through this live stream, first commenter was Jack. And Jack is, of course, I would say one of your biggest fans. And Jack, if you're still on the stream, why don't you, the floor is yours if whatever you want to ask Mrs. Sammie, Mommy Mearest. And employee Tuftor actually requested that Sammie be transformed into you, Mrs. Sammie, by Pulley Tutor Tui. Jack says, excellent session. How does that make you feel, Mrs. Sammie?
oh, I'm really happy that Jack is enjoying the session.
How do you feel about, well, Jack and Pulley Tutor Tui? They are our patron supporters, so how does that make you feel that they dropped into the stream? And just anything you want to say to them.
Well, thank you for supporting me on Patreon, and I hope you like watching me hypnotize. And maybe you'll get hypnotized. And it'll feel kind of fun being in a trance with me.
It's funny you mention that.
It's like going to like a game or going to like a movie. But you don't have to leave your house.
No, you can leave your house now these days anyways. Mommy Mearest,
Yes.
you have the cutest feet in the world.
Okay. Really?
Yes. So, funny story.
Yeah.
During this live stream, I was actually recording you on like a bazillion different cameras,
Okay.
and all of them are mounted on tripods, and they all sort of malfunction in some way.
Okay.
And now I'm filming you with a phone I'm holding by hand. How does that make you feel?
Well, I see something blue, so that's the phone. And yeah, that's I don't know. It looks like it looks like I'm at it looks like I'm being interviewed or something.
Well, I tell you what, Mommy Mearest, I took a lot of beautiful shots of you on my backup camera that will be on the private website after the stream for the guys who are watching on Patreon. So why don't you go ahead and put your glasses on? So I think you look more Mommy Mearest with glasses on. Oh, my arms are getting really sore trying to hold this phone up, but I ran out of tripods. So for the behind the scenes footage, guys, this is what I'm dealing with here. And I am holding this camera by hand, and like Sammie, sorry, Mrs. Sammie,
Yeah.
you are so smoking hot. You know that?
Really? I'm just being myself.
Um,
I don't know what it is. Like, I have all my clothes on. So, I think that's kind of funny because, like, I don't understand why people think that. It's not like I walk around naked, licking microphones or anything.
No, that's definitely not what we do on this channel.
I'm just being myself.
Well,
I was thinking about that because there's these shows that teach you how to like dress a certain way to be more presentable and attractive. But I wonder if it's like the person that's wearing the dress and not the dress that's being worn on the person. But anyways, those are one of my silly thoughts.
well, you, Mommy Mearest, you are very, very hypnotic. Because I am trying to film behind the scenes footage of you being Mommy Mearest, being yourself, I guess. And you keep hypnotizing me. So I think our Patreon audience would appreciate this. If you're interested in seeing what I'm seeing as Sammie is transformed into Mrs. Sammie, I'll put that up on the private website for you guys. So Mommy Mearest. Let's get back to the live stream chat comments, okay? So from our Patreon feeds, Patreons on YouTube, Ploy Tour Tool. Now, what do you think of these? Okay, mindless salutes and mantras, and I love the maid poses as well. Do you remember any of that? Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes, I remember there's a picture, and yeah, I remember just one pose. I have a bad memory. I have mommy brain. They call it mommy brain because they think that women who are mommies are dumb. But I don't know, maybe it's intentional.
No.
And some people it's on purpose. I don't know.
No, I think mommies are actually the most intelligent people in the world. So, anyways, you're hypnotizing me. What was the pose? Do you mind getting into that pose?
Yes, I think I was doing an eye roll, and then I was doing an eye roll and going like this.
Oh. Careful, yeah, that was totally not intentional.
And it's like looking like I was doing a meditation, and rolling my eyes like this.
Ooh. And what else, Mrs. Sammie?
And I said some mantras like, I am deeply hypnotized. I am deeply hypnotized. I am deeply hypnotized.
You're deeply hypnotized, Mommy Mearest, Mrs. Sammie. I'll say I am deeply hypnotized.
I am deeply hypnotized.
Now, in a moment when I wake you from this trance, you're going to wake up feeling like everything's fine. Everything is going to be okay. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. Everything's going to be okay. Wake up. Wake up. Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, Mrs. Sammie. I kind of lost you there for a minute. You remember what happened?
We were chatting.
You were chatting?
Yeah.
And then something happened.
And then you were reading some comments.
And then I was reading some comments. And there are no more comments in the chat, so. Who are you right now?
I am Mommy Mearest.
Mrs. Sammie?
This is Sammie.
Are you deeply hypnotized?
I think I am.
You think you are?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is going to be the end of our Patreon live stream. I'm going to take a little bit of bonus footage for the behind the scenes footage, guys, on the camera I've been holding for the last 14 minutes. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thanks a lot for supporting our channel. I'm going to be closing off the YouTube stream, continuing to record the bonus video, closing off the YouTube stream and the Twitch stream in 3, 2, 1. Almost. Ending off the YouTube stream in 3, 2, 1, now.